Philanthropist Alhaji Seidu Agongo, founder of Sierra Group of Companies and Class Media Group, Ghana's biggest private media network. Do not despise humble beginnings. Wherever you begin, just work hard, make money, and help the needy, not the greedy. Catch the man live on Master of the Game
with His Royal Blackness, KKD Finest,
this Monday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon on CTV, Ghana's #1. Also streaming on Class 91.3 FM and on Facebook and YouTube at MyCTVGH. Whether you love beauty, integrity, love, power, money, or fame, there is much to learn from Master of the Game.
I love this.
The discerning audience, the knowledgeable, the stylish, and the classy get together to enjoy Master of the Game. Master of the Game brings you distinguished personalities, leaders, achievers, captains of industry, innovators, masterful storytellers, creatives, and entertainers, all hosted by a Master of the Game.
His Royal Blackness, KKD,
the finest.
Catch Master of the Game on CTV. Oh yes, nuggets of inspiration and delightful treats for your enjoyment. Whether you love power, money, beauty, or fame, there is so much to learn from Master of the Game. Only in the place to be. The coolest channel, CTV. Hello and welcome to Master of the Game, the program on which we bring you the movers, shakers, icons, and legends of our beloved motherland Ghana. My name is Dakwa, Kwesi Dakwa. On this very special edition, I'm delighted to be united with one of the great entrepreneurs of our great nation. They say countries do not really compete. It is enterprises and the stars of countries that compete. And when they thrive, when they achieve their greatness, their countries become known, and so their countries become leaders. The leaders of this nation are those who do not just sit idle and complain. They are those who get up, think, imagine, and do. They are those who innovate and create work that many may have employment. And I have one of those very special people with me today by the name of Chairman SA. Now, what does SA stand for? He's a man who actually opened the bank that employed many in Ghana, but unfortunately, due to political persecution, the bank was closed down. He is the chairman and founder of Sierra Group of Companies that has business interests in different aspects of our economy, and he leads so many, plus a media group in Ghana. Please welcome Chairman Seidu Agongo.
Kwesi, how are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you too. I love your colors.
Yes.
They say the way I am fashionista saying
Colors is yours.
I'm so happy to see you.
Very happy to see you too.
I must admit that over the last 3 years, I was very worried about you. In fact, I used to get worried about even your mental wellness when I saw how you were being asked to go to the court nearly every day, and then your bank was shut down, taken away from you, major investments lost. How did you survive these last 3 years?
Yes, Kwesi, thank you so much, and I'm happy to see you looking nice.
Thank you.
With your favorite colors. Yes. So what it is that this world, I've always said to those that I'm close to and those who love me so much is that we shouldn't get worried when we enter into challenges, because sitting here is the challenges that I've gone through that has made me who I am today. Talking to you is cumulative knowledge of challenges, the toughness that I've gone through, and all those things has helped to make me become who I am today. So I've been proud of all that I've gone through. I'm not bitter, and I don't have any issue against it, because it's meant to happen, and it has happened. So I have no choice than just to go through the same lane and become who I want to become, because all this will evolve you into a better person. So I don't run away from challenges.
I will come to your businesses one by one and your business interest, and later on even your philanthropy. But I want to start by asking, what gave you the idea to start a bank, Heritage Bank in Ghana?
Yes, like I told your colleagues, Banking is a corporate institution because, like I always said, a human being, we have our timeline. You have a timeline, I have a timeline. A time will come that you will exit, I'll exit. When you are exiting, you need to leave something on earth. Kwame Nkrumah has exited. He got us independence. So of course, entering into the banking sector means that one day when I exit on this earth, the bank will still be there to employ people, to make an impact on society. That made me to enter into the banking industry. Not only that, but like I said, in Ghana here, I've been saying our stock market is off. Normally, if you go to most of these big Western countries, it's the stock markets that makes the economy. If you have a good company, you list it into the stock market to raise capital. But within the South region, apart from South Africa, all our stock market is down. So I wanted to come out with an institution that people can even come to me, my bank, to raise money at a low interest rate that is between 15 to 20%, not 35%. Because if you want to make an impact, you need to come out differently. You don't have to follow the crowd. That was the essence of entering the banking industry.
So, once you entered into the banking industry, what do you think are the things that led to the closure?
Sitting here, I cannot pinpoint any reason apart from the fact that the governor stated that I'm not fit and proper, which I find it to be very...
Fit and proper is an insult.
I'm not fit and proper, yes. It means that I'm not honest. I'm not honest. It's like the normal description of a human being, I don't fit into it, which I find it very unfortunate, because the fact is that I don't think the governor is more fit and proper to even head Bank of Ghana.
You're using the same words, right?
No, because than me also
running your bank.
Yes, because if you refer to me as not being fit and proper to own a bank, having gone through all the cycle of life, face all the difficulties and clear the difficulties to be able to get the minimum capital to open a bank, which is 120 million Ghana cedis at that time, which was $60 million. You described me as not fit and proper. You who was appointed, which is not something that you were politically appointed. It's not something like something you worked and got there.
Somebody just lied to you.
Somebody just
gave you a job.
And you are fit and proper. So I'm just trying to compare what I have done for myself and what the governor has done for himself, so that we all at least get something out of it.
When they use those words, fit and proper, if your administrators or your lawyers wrote to them, what did they explain that to mean?
To be very honest with you, ever since Heritage Bank was collapsed, nobody has written even a single letter to myself, to the bank, or to any of my board members. It was Dr. Kosibuchi, may his soul rest in peace. He came out to put a write-up to address the issue, to clear the air on the happening of Heritage Bank. Apart from that, I have not gotten a single letter from the governor, from anybody.
And was his writing kinder to you or to the governor of the bank?
He sort of tried to clear the air, because there were so many issues happening, and I know very well that Heritage Bank, the governance system was so good. Everything about Heritage Bank was well planned, because like I said, I took seasoned professionals to see how best we can build something that can outlive me, can become something that one day we can all cherish. Because look at Ghana here. EcoBank is a Togo bank. I hope you know that. EcoBank is from Togo. So whatever profit they make in Ghana here, they take it to Togo. But look at us here. Try to check the profitability of EcoBank year, profitability of Ghana Commercial Bank year, and you see that EcoBank is making millions, and they are repatriating all those money to Togo.
Ghana, we have nothing like that.
Do you think we are our own enemies in that when we give people appointments to regulate or supervise any sector of our economy, we are more keen to help strangers than to help Ghanaians?
Yes, I don't know where the system, the culture is coming from, but Ghanaians are more lean on helping strangers than our own people. I don't know where that is coming from, because come to think about it, the level of comfortability that foreigners are having in Ghana, you can't get that anywhere.
And we say
not even Nigeria.
We are a nation of hospitality.
Yes, I understand. But at the end of the day, if you don't treat your own people right, what are you doing to yourself? You are collapsing the entirety or the spirit of the economy before your own people. So I sincerely think that charity begins at home. If you want to master the courage or to build a nation, first point of call is your citizens. Americans will do everything possible to even do everything possible
to safeguard their enterprise.
Just to even safeguard one American. They will go with air, they will go with every strength just because of one citizen. But in Ghana here, it's a different situation.
Why is that?
I think leadership plays a very important role here, because at the end of the day, we've tried to politicize everything. Once politics gets involved, we treat people that we perceive don't belong to our political group as aliens. They don't deserve, they don't belong, they don't have the right. I hope you are getting me. So politics has made all these things to be something that, trust me, we have to change it. Other than that, we are heading nowhere.
Does that mean even our system of leadership or the system to choose our leadership is bad? Because if we are doing the same thing, getting the same results, and electing the same leaders by the same system, then this partisanship you speak of will continue. That partisanship has then led me to be banned from speaking on the national airwaves because I criticized something which was egregious and was being done by people in government. So we haven't changed the way we elect our leaders. Why do we think we should get different results?
Democracy is built based on structures. If you look at our governance systems, our structures here are so weak. You know, America that is practicing democracy has strong structures that has withstand the test of time, 100 years and above. But Ghana here, if you look at our structures, our governance system is so weak, such that practicing democracy here is something that it will take us a very long time for us to achieve what we achieve.
But we don't have to be like America. Russia is not like America. Switzerland is not like America. England is not like America. Turkey is not like America. Japan and Korea are not like America. But everyone has their vision, their mission, and the kind of outcomes that they consider successful. Is it that we don't even have clarity about the outcomes we want, and that is why we just want to follow somebody's system?
I think democracy was imposed on Africans. Yes, because the fact is that, look at our traditional system, the chieftaincy system. You understand me? It gives time. It gives time for us to evolve, for us to implement policies. Why do you think Africa is always going backward? We are going backward because today, if I'm the president of Ghana, 4 years or 8 years, and I'm voted out, and Kwesi Chedakwa comes, the fact that I'm his competitor, he doesn't like anything about what I did.
I'm nothing like him.
Yes, he has to go and start his own policy.
To reinvent the wheel.
Yes, and forget about the policy that I have used the taxpayers' money to build. So I'm just basically saying that if you go to America, America didn't start with democracy. Even if you look at Russia, Putin has been there for how long? Well,
he went and came back.
Yes, how many presidents of America has come to deal with Putin? If you look at China, how many presidents? So policies are consistent, focus is consistent, energy is consistent, everything is consistent. But you are in a system whereby a different government or one party will come, try to create a future, a focus. Another party comes and tries to destroy almost everything. Instead of building and benefiting from the system, they rather want to collapse the system and take everything.
But it must be possible for there to be continuity if there is a national plan and clarity. The reason being, I don't think having one leader for 30 years is the best idea. Because if that one leader is unkind to a particular sect or group of people, then that sect or group of people will be exterminated or they will be made to starve. So changing from time to time is good because, as you very well know, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So really, changing governments is a good thing. But having consistency in what we want to achieve as a people is what has beaten us. Should we blame you, the businessmen of Ghana, you, the entrepreneurs of Ghana, you, the people who actually create employment for Ghanaians, for not speaking up enough? Because a lot of times, the president can only choose the people he knows. He can't know all the brilliant Ghanaians in the world. And if those people who have never started any business of their own are now in positions of authority, and they now want to formulate policy to guide you who have actually set up businesses, and you are not speaking up, not complaining, shouldn't you, the businessman, take some blame too?
Okay, let me go back. Based on what you say, let me go back. I don't know whether you've read about Singapore.
Of course I have.
Okay.
And Malaysia.
And you know how you got to where you got to?
Of course.
Was it a one president or?
No, but somebody started it in the same way as Kwame Nkrumah started here.
Yes, so if you have one particular governance system, it can be regulated. It can be planned. Policy can be put in place. Because the fact is that the changes that we are making every 4 years or every 8 years is affecting us. I don't know whether you bothered to go around regions and see how project has been abandoned. Like the MPP did Agenda 111, NDC will come and decide not to do it. The same thing is NDC did E-blocks, MPP comes and say they won't do it.
But the businessmen who should speak up don't speak up.
No, government is back with powers. I don't know whether you know about executive powers. They have executive powers.
Without your taxes, what is government?
If I don't pay taxes, I'll be prosecuted.
Yeah, but I'm saying you are the ones who create the employment.
Yeah, I create.
Association of Ghana Industries must have a bigger voice than the minister.
Yes, but at the end of the day, the minister is backed by act of parliament. Is backed by the powers that be, the authority of governance. The nation's heart is given to the minister. It's given to the president. It's not given to the businessman. So then what can you, the businessman, do? You cannot do anything. The businessman is even to abide by law. The minister is even above the law. Sometimes. Are you telling me that this how many containers that are missing at the port? If it were to be me, say the whole sitting here, but now I wouldn't be eating someone. You understand me? But a political somebody is somewhere who is part of it and is pulling strings, trying to make it look as if, okay, this is nothing, it can be managed, let's plan it. But look at me sitting here. Why was I in court for 8 years? I was in court for 8 years simply because I supplied fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, which has been used, paid 3 consecutive times. And you take me to court on something that you have used. You have used. And during your time of usage, you have no problem with it. The time you took the fertilizer from me and distributed almost 2 million liters to Ghanaians.
And got harvests.
Yes, you had no problem with me. It was only when the change of governments that you realize that I have a bank. That is when you realize that you have a problem because you want to collapse the bank.
Yeah, so you're saying you were persecuted based on jealousy?
I think so. I think I was persecution based on the fact that, like I always say, there are different levels of thinking. Sitting here with you, I should be able to understand the fact that you can become who you want to be, provided you're able to invest your energy well, your time well, your knowledge well, and whatever that you have well. I shouldn't judge you by the fact that you are called Seidu Agongo, so wherever you are coming from, your grandfathers, they were watchmen or something. I shouldn't judge you by that, because as human as you are, you cannot even judge somebody yesterday, because every day we all evolve to become the best of ourselves. But when you have leadership,
some people don't become the best of themselves.
But when you have leadership,
also become the worst.
Okay. But if we have leadership, or we have people that judge you based on your grandfathers, judge you based on where you come from, judge you because of your name, that's backward thinking. It doesn't really resonate well with modern society.
So I look at your matter, and it doesn't look like a matter of prosecution. It was one of persecution, because if somebody can take a citizen to court and claim there's criminality and walk around for 8 years, get them to just continuously go to the court without getting a conviction, it's like, no, we're just doing this to waste the person's time and to tarnish their image. We're not really trying to get a conviction. Is that what happened with you?
Yes, but you should know very well that there's different form of punishment. The worst is to jail you or to kill you. Some is just to waste your time, waste your energy. Because, the very energy that you used to look for money, you waste it. Because you should know that sitting here, the wealth that you have is how good you put your energy into. You understand? Because what you have is energy. And how you put today's energy, tomorrow's energy, yesterday's energy into good use, that determines who you become. But once they waste the energy, it becomes something that is difficult for you to become who you want to become, because you can understand 8 years of court, going to court from 8:30 and closing at 4:30, having business to manage, having workers to pay. You understand me? Yes. Having kids' school fees to pay, having people that you're going to adapt them. You understand me? They didn't ask you to come and adapt them. You feel that they're struggling, let me adapt them. How do you take care of all these things?
More to come on Master of the Game right after this, when we talk to Chairman and Founder Seidu Agongo. And he'll be talking to us about the kind of upbringing that gave him the resilience that he has, and the kind of mind and the way his brain is wired that makes him think always of business. Because he says, well, you gotta have a family, but you gotta make sure you can protect and provide for that family. Right after this.
Excellent furnishing in a real estate business is a great deal for survival. My struggles as a young estate developer were cut short when I discovered Fernart Ghana. With quality furniture made from the finest woods and amazing after-sale service, Fernart Ghana changed my story with every single home I built. It's a one-stop shop that serves the interests of clients with a variety of living room and dining sets, solid wood kitchen installations, wardrobes, doors, cabinets, beds, pergolas, floor parquets, and many other wooden products that will last a lifetime. With Fernart Ghana, all clients are offered the opportunity to customize furniture to their specifications, and the smile on their faces says it all. Thanks to Fernart, now your home can look beautiful with furniture that would last for generations. Visit Fernart Ghana today and share my story. Locate us at Yaniba Estate, Osu, Accra, or call 0303 966085 or 055 278 4097. Think wood, think Fernart.
yawa. She obini e manka walu kwa munkobi walu toma minyesi ka bontobi shade obini e ma obini e manka sama tu kofi with the prison mamulu zontoli tarado obini e ma anka miyelo lima mushishobi makamasa machile nupo minyobia monteo asemi kamiyelo lima mushishobi obi mabamunyu machile nupo minyobia monteo adubu ila nyanka erade nyanka adubu ila nyanka erade nyanka she wokuyanda su still yenwu wasro kwasu ada kube musu we makendi je ya den mosu we stadium da masu still wonwu shadi wandu amiti wandu anajide sema ya de that na one white cheche na wale kanchi nyamadugu yado nasuni na etumu ambe se fide sufu we fide mubu makofi mulu cruise na metra savena irade nyawa waya ya mantasi nyawanka au shade nyawa shohinu bakwe nyawanka adumu wila nyawanka irade nyawanka mama ayebobi mamu antama ayebompeya bobi makofiati mama ayebobi mamu antama ayebompeya bobi makofiati mama malai mamenyewu ayewa mama kani na chirawa wala mamenyewu ayewa mama kani na chirawa wala senye binoyo sebo binoyo sambo binoyo oya semo ashiye ya na yele shami otanfuni di binyimno intokono mputi paka musro nanso tanfuni yankura ya musume yankuno baba beti masam no de mulbokono finyi pande mama ha di fiabusian ucha yendo waya nyawanka diji dumula nyawanka.
Master of the Game on CTV, Ghana's #1, and my special guest is the founder of Class Media Group and chairman of Sierra Group of Companies. He's a delightful person if you ever catch him in a social setting, but when it comes to business, oh my, this man wakes up at 3 a.m. and chases the bag till he goes home exhausted. But now I want to find out, what is it that makes maybe 12 children from the same community, raised in the same manner, go to the same school? What is it that makes some of them break through, become visionaries, become successful entrepreneurs, and others become, for want of a better word, losers? I want to know from you, what is it that made you so determined to succeed in life?
Yes, it's always been what you've gone through. It's always been what you've gone through. Because life itself, that's per my previous communication with other media houses, we always want to make life comfortable for our kids. But the more you make life comfortable for a kid, the more you are trying to tell the kid that don't think, don't look for options, don't plan. That is what you are trying to tell the kid. And once you continuously instill this in the kid is
is likely to fail because you will not be there always to guide the kid. It will get to a time that your kid will need to take decisions without you. And it's the training that you're giving the kid that will help the kid to take the decision. But your training is you want to give the kid the best by providing everything.
That's not good training.
That's not good training. So far as I'm concerned sitting here, I can sincerely tell you in Africa, I don't know about Western world, Africa here, it's normally what you go through that determines who you will be. Because, may his soul rest in peace, Jerry John Rawlings. I hope you know what he went through with Hajima Konelu Rawlings. If you ask my sweetheart Lorina Mahama what he went through with my senior brother JM, sitting here, what I went through. If you ask Asuma Manda what he went through, if you ask Zoom Lion just on what he went through, if you ask Ibrahim Mahama what he went through, every business person that is sitting or is on his business, on top of his business, he's gone through challenges, and those challenges has shaped him to become the best of himself.
As a young person, what challenges did you go through?
As a young person, like I said, I stayed with my uncle in Burma camp. Life wasn't easy.
Was he a soldier?
Yes, he was a soldier. He was a soldier in Burma camp battalion. I stayed with him. And life was tough because at the end of the day, what to even eat was an issue. What to eat, what to wear was an issue. You go to school without even sandals, barefoot. Yes, and those days you be lashed. You understand me? So you went through a lot. So in as much as you go through such channel of life on day-to-day basis, it helps you, one, shaping your mind of scarcity. So whatever comes to your life, utilize it well. You have nobody to guide you, so you make mistakes and you correct it yourself. You learn from your mistakes.
Nobody to guide you if you're in Burma camp.
Yes.
I mean, in that soldier's yard, just even watching other people is a guide.
No, if I say nobody to guide you, I don't know how to explain, but it's like
somebody you can speak privately.
Yeah, no, somebody that will just even say, this is right, this is wrong. Sometimes you don't have it.
He was too busy to do that.
He was too busy. He's working, you know. And when they go to their duties, by then he was working at Temahabo. He goes to Temahabo, let's say whole month, he never returned home, and I'll be in the house, either with one of my brothers. My brother to go to work.
Where's his mom? Where was your mom?
Mom was around, but I was at the north. Like I said, I was my uncle. You understand me? So obviously, mom wasn't there, and my uncle wasn't married then. So it's like I was staying with him alone, with a brother.
Only bachelor today, I come very well.
Yes. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But sometimes, like I always say, most of these things helps you to become the best of yourself. Because without it, I wouldn't be sitting here. I've learned so much.
Where was Dad as well?
Dad is late when he saw rest in peace.
He died?
Yes.
Before the time you came to Burma?
No, by then he was alive doing business. My dad is a businessman who used to bring cattle from Burkina Faso to Ghana to come and sell.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's a good business.
Yes, it's good business. Then, but now I don't think so.
Did you follow Dad in his trade at all?
No, I have never liked that aspect of business because the fact is that I rather like to buy and sell, to manufacture, to invent, and to go into something more challenging than just buying and selling.
So living in Burma camp as a young person, what did you take inspiration from? Because everybody, no matter how dark the place you're in, you still find some ray of hope a little stream of inspiration. What did you take your inspiration from?
Okay, so just like I keep telling you, Uganda camp, because of the hardship I went through, when there's hardship, you look at options of survival. Anytime there's hardship, you think of what are the options for me to survive. So without hardship, the options aspect vanishes. So when I was facing difficulties, I asked myself, what can I do to make my life better off? And immediately it came to mind that military personnel, they go to Lebanon. Some people to Lebanon, some go to peacekeeping. And when they are coming back, some buys deep freezers, TV sets, and a whole lot. So I saw that as an opportunity to buy it from them, take it to Opera, go and sell, make my profit.
Was that your first business?
Yes, that was my first business, but I was a shoemaker before then. Yes, I was a
Who taught you the trade?
No, shoemaking trade is something that, like I said, once there's difficulties, you find a way.
No, but somebody has to teach you to fix the food.
No, trust me. It's
What do you mean?
that is it.
And can I friend here what I can do now?
No, but what some of the things that businessmen initiate is something that you just want to do. In as much as you're doing it, you correct and become perfection in that area. That is how it works.
So did you roam to do this, or did you have a spot where
I roamed to do it. And those days, our shoemaking is not these days that they use wood to knock the wood. You understand me? We use metal for metal. So even when you are some far away from us, you hear the noise. I hope you are getting it.
Okay.
Just to attract attention. So that somebody knows that the shoemaker is passing. So I did that before I go to gather capital.
And what age was this?
Oh, that was about 14, 15.
14. When kids were just going to watch films in the afternoon.
Yes.
You were earning a living.
Yes, you have to do that to survive. You have to do that to survive. Without that, you can't survive. So that's why you get daily bread.
But at 14, you were also in school.
Yes, but you close from school and you have to work. You close from school, you have to work.
Who was buying your lunch after school?
I have to buy my own food and eat and all those things.
So essentially, your uncle just provided you with a place to sleep.
He provides, but let's not forget that his salary was also not enough to match. So we're all managing because you have no option than to manage with what you have. Not like today that sometimes you have various options by quitting, by doing so many things. Those days you don't have any option than to manage with whatever you have.
Do you look back on those years with pain?
No, at all. It's made me who I am today. Trust me, whatever CD, peso, dollar I have today is based on past experiences.
So that means school was actually a place of paradise for you, because when you were in school, at least you were with your colleagues, you could play, you could laugh, and you could learn.
No, actually, I got so much involved in business that it got to a time that I felt school wasn't so necessary.
It was wasting your time?
Yes, wasting my time because...
Are you serious?
Yes, because if I look at our educational system, you understand me, it's memory-based. You know memory-based?
Mm-hmm. 2, 1, 2, 2,
it's memory-based.
2, 4.
It's not creative. It's not solution-based. You are reading about something that somebody wrote somewhere, and you are expected to memorize that in an exam to be called a grade 1 student, to be called a grade A student. Meanwhile, real life, you face the problem you need to solve. But nevertheless, my uncle told me that that was the only opportunity for me. So I still keep pushing. But I never leave the business aspect.
Where did you go to secondary school?
I don't think secondary school.
Every
Yes.
beautiful place, beautiful trees, and beautiful kids. And then we are girls now.
No, those days, where's the time for girls? There's no time. You're thinking of what to eat. You're thinking of what to wear.
Oh, but at school you are fed 3 times a day.
No, I don't look at that. You don't look at that because What business is said that once you start thinking of business, even when you're sitting in class, you're thinking of how to close early and go and continue my business.
So, in Adontin Secondary School in Aburi, let me see what your business acumen led you to do. Were you selling anything in school or after school?
It's like every weekend I come back to Birmingham. So let me give you my business history to Birmingham. First of all, like I said, I did shoemaking and I was able to gather small capital. And I started buying electrical gadgets.
Pressing irons?
Sorry?
Pressing irons?
Pressing irons,
What
TVs,
TV
fans, deep freezers, corn mill. I started buying those things and selling at Opera. So when I had 4 employed people, I had guys
overseeing the sales of your electric.
4 employed people, I had guys
overseeing the sales of your electric.
I was doing that myself because that is personal relationship. The military man will call you, I have this deep freezer I want to sell, I have this TV, I was doing that myself because that is personal relationship. The military man will call you, I have this deep freezer I want to sell, I have this TV I want to sell. You bargain with him by knowing the price to sell it in the market, so the difference becomes your profit.
And then how do you transport it from his place in...
You transport it in the night because most of them feel shy. Because the fact is that, within the barracks is an enclave. Then they gossip about each other. So you only take it around 11, midnight, 12, go and carry your thing, come and place it, polish it nicely, the next day take it to Obra to go and sell.
Are there some that
nicely, the next day take it to Obra to go and sell.
Are there some that you needed to go and spray before you sell?
Not spray, you polish it. So once you go and sell it to those shopkeepers, they then decide either to spray it because you want to do fast move and make a
small profit, quick sale.
That is it.
Fantastic. So that's how you started business.
That's how I started.
So I'll say your customer service management began from age 14 when you were interacting with customers directly to fix their footwear.
Yes, that's it.
And then now negotiating with the seller to buy the equipment.
Yes.
And then negotiating with the buyer.
Yes.
Who would buy from you.
Yes.
Direct customer service management.
Yes. And those days, like I've always been saying, that trust is a key component of success. I could go to Opera, a shop owner can give me money, go and buy this and bring it to me, or hold this money. If anything happens or anybody selling something, just let me know.
Interesting.
Yes, that is it. So it's
that is why you should have opened the bank.
No, but then I think I opened the bank. No, but I did that business too.
Where is Susu?
Mine was in Susu. I give loans, soft loans to soldiers, and I take 30%.
You're a Shylock.
Yes. So if you're a military man, you come to me for loan, I'll give you 100 Ghana cedis cash, and you give me a post-dated check for 130. They pay the military 15th. So by the time it's 15th, I go and deposit the check at the bank. So before you even count that you want to take the money would have been taken from you. Yes. I did that a lot. And that really helped me, trust me.
I think you must be very good friends with Prince Kofi Amwami.
Yes, but then I know he was a military person, but very, very close.
Okay.
Yes.
No, because he has that mindset. If I give you money, you better pay.
Yes. Then I was popular. I started that business in Manaka. Very popular.
What did they call you back then?
Most of them call me that small boy. That's what they call me. You understand? And I'll take my money. Wherever you pass, I'll take my money. Whatever, I'll take my money.
How do you do that? So what was data check? Then bounce here.
Yes, that's what I'll take my money. When it bounces, I'll come to you and take the money. If and look at the system that we had then, people are shy. That's all.
So they don't want to be discovered.
So they'll find ways and means.
And then they're going home for you.
Some people are said that they will come and even pay the interest and say, let's carry it forward. You understand me? But I think for now, you can't even do that. If, assuming that you take my money, it's only when you're having an interview that I come and take my money. Yeah, that is how I go about it. When you're having an interview or the place that will put you in shame, that's why I'll enter and say, I need my money.
You do that?
Yeah, I do that.
Now, what are they?
You don't know me. You sincerely don't know me. Yes. Those military people in Burma camp, they will testify. I don't joke. Once I'm involved in something, I make sure that I execute it well. It's just over expansion that has made things to work.
When you said you don't know me.
Yeah, you don't know
the
me.
young man who founded the boy group VIP, Friction. I interviewed him lately and he was telling me about don't joke with Zongo boy. Even Zongo girl, if you try at these her hair, she will do you shake. She will do you. And the way you said it.
Yes.
So you can do shaking.
Oh, okay. So let me give you an example. When I started selling rice in Nima.
Oh, you will come to the rice business, but go on with the story.
Yes. So taking my money from you is at the time that you are in public space. That's the time I approach you and tell you I need my money. And when I'm taking my money, I'm taking it. I don't come and it's like I come like a lion. You know, when a lion is attacking, it doesn't retreat.
You come like
you just get whatever you want and go. Because once you retreat, it's like this and I'm going.
But some people would come and take the bags of rice to go and sell, and then they wouldn't bring the money back.
I wasn't giving credits.
Okay.
I wasn't giving credits.
So how then would somebody owe you for you to go and confront them to take your money?
I'm still talking about giving for money for.
Okay.
Yes. I wasn't giving credit.
Working on people's footwear, starting a communication center, as well as selling electronics and electrical equipment.
Yes.
You know, and then from there, what was the next enterprise?
Like I said, I had a lot of taxis.
You got taxis?
I have taxis.
So you would buy them old and fix them? Or
no, I buy them and give it to drivers. You know, I was looking at different stream of income at the age of 20 years.
20?
Yes. So the communication center was bringing money. Taxi was bringing money. And myself, I was involved in buying the electric car just to sell at Opera. So this multiple stream of money was all coming to you.
Did you have any vices? A young man with money must have a way to blow some of the money.
No, I'm not a type, and it's helped me to become who I am today.
No drinking.
No
smoking.
No
gambling.
And
you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't gamble.
You can check my history.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble.
Okay, but you can check my history. Okay, but what I'm saying here is very fireable, because at the end of the day, yes, being a man, you might fall into say one or two. Yes, to make it a habit, say me pemba. Okay. Oh, you hardly even get me. Even for now, you hardly get me. It's like I'm focused on what I want to do, because
which is
business. That's what I'm focused on.
You think a scanner what do you think?
I take care of people.
I know, but one Casadia now this can here. We to sports kakra. No way to buy kakra, holiday kakra.
Not necessarily. I feel like there's more to be done than myself. I'm okay. I'm fine, to be very honest with you.
Because I realize,
very content.
I realize, you know, you have quite a number of properties scattered all over the city. You're not interested in fancy cars because you're like, why do I need all those cars? What do you use your money for? Everybody has something that they use their money to enjoy.
That is what I'm saying. My money.
It's my money.
My money.
It's my money.
Let me explain to you what I use my money to.
Okay.
Just like I'm sitting here. Should in case something happens to you now, and you have a daughter or a son, I see it as obliged, as a responsibility to use my money to help that kid to grow, to become who you want the kid to become.
So that's where you get your joy.
That is where I get my joy, and that is what makes me happy. Not women, not cars.
So that is what led you to adopting children.
Yes.
Pay for the school fees of so many children.
Yes.
And I know some people lost their parents and then you stepped in.
Yes. So that makes me happy. That one alone makes me happy. Not cars, no.
The interview is not over, but I have to shake your hand.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is serious.
Thank you. That's
a man who gets his joy from helping others.
Yeah, that is what I'm looking at. Because at the end of the day, do you remember Kwame Nkrumah's car that he was using? Do you even remember Jerry John Rawlings' car that he was using? Do you remember His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cars that were used in his first day?
Nobody cares.
Okay, so why do you lay so much emphasis on it?
Nobody cares.
Why has it become something that you look so much into it? Yes, but of course, those kids that he helped pay their school fees back then, they become men, they are living with their family, and that's the most important thing.
So in your upbringing, I want to see, was there something other than the pain and the struggle which inspired you to go into business so you can at least self-preserve? Was there something that happened with somebody that you looked at and said, this is inspirational, I could do this, or I want to be like this? I want to go into your boyhood memories.
Now, one thing about me that I think has really helped me is I'm a bit quick-tempered. So I always tell myself, to the hell of whatever, who are you? You're not God. The last time I know of is, you're not oxygen. You understand me? So at the end of the day, to hell, I can also make it myself. And that has motivated me to get wherever I've gotten to today. Because I realized that some people or some Ghanaians are said that because they know you need help from them, they will maltreat you to the extent that you even get fed up at yourself. So personally, I'll just throw you off and move along. After all, the only person that can take my life is God. And if God has destined me to succeed, who are you to stand my way? Your accusation will even propel me to success. Yes. Your bringing me down will even propel me to success. Yes. Because when God destined you to succeed, whatever anybody does to you is even propelling you towards success. That's what I've learned, and that's what I've kept me to this point.
At this point, I want to go into the point in your life where you determine that you're making good money, you're doing fine, you've got a woman in your life, you've made some babies, you've talked about the fact that you want to keep your family life private, so I want to let that go there. But then you determine that now you want to go into the provision of needs.
Yes.
So you're going to go into the food business and you're going to go into the communication enterprises as well.
Yes.
Tell me about how you began there.
Yes, so okay, so what brought me down was when I left Ghana and traveled to London, thinking that London was a better place to make money. That really brought me down.
Where did you go and live in London?
Okay, so after Legon, I went to IPS, and during those times, like most of my friends were getting student visa, we're all going to London. So I also had a student visa, and I also left to London to school. Normally we used it, but there was a particular school called Wolf. So I went to London to school. And when I went to London and I look at the situation there, schooling and working wasn't...
You mentioned very quickly, after Legon, what did you go to do at Legon?
BSc Administration Marketing Option. And I went to...
So you have finished accounting?
Yes.
When did you write your sixth form privately?
No, sixth form I went to Laboni.
Laboni?
Yes.
Oh, that's why you bought properties in Laboni. You want to buy the school as well?
Let's not talk about property. Like I said, this is not to project me as a property owner, please. Yes.
Now, who your property? No, I'm pretty sure they can just go to the last commission and find all the properties.
Yes, I know, but sitting here talking to you is how best I can involve people to their best. So no matter whatever I'm saying,
I want those listening to me to take a cue from it and see to it that they can also revive and become better than even me. That's what I always think. Property is there. That's what I think. And that's my opinion, if I'm wrong.
Well, you can count the properties now. Only the corporate is here $18 million.
Yes, but I don't want to talk about properties. I don't want to talk about personal belongings. I don't want to talk about.
So you completed adulting. You went to Laboni Secondary School for sixth form, and then you went to the University of Ghana to study for the Bachelor of Science.
Yes, administration. I went to IPS. So it was through IPS that I had a student.
What did you go and do with IPS?
Chartered Institute of Marketing. It's true that I had.
For a man who made it sound like education was wasting his time and preventing him from doing business, you loved school.
No, like I have been saying that to be deceived. I have to be very honest with you. Personally, if today I would have not even gone beyond Form 5. Once I can write my name, sign, check, speak English, I would have stopped there and gone into a profession. You understand me? Have you thought of the fact that most of the things we learned at school is not relevant?
Amoeba,
mosquito, cockroach, label it.
Dissecting a toad.
Yes. You understand me? What role has all those things played in our life today?
Oh, my literature has played a great role.
Yes, literature, you're using it now.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the fact that you will go and they'll ask you to label
the capital town of some country.
Yes, it doesn't work.
Then you have to know the chairman of the OAU, Sir C. Musabu Rangulam of Mauritius.
Yes.
And you have to say these things like your life depends on it.
So if our colonial masters wants to waste your energy, that is how they infuse all those things into you. Because
say that again.
Our colonial masters, you don't want to waste your energy. That is how they waste it.
They give you something to just go and read and
something just to waste your time. Yes, because most of these things, it's really a waste of time. But just imagine that after SS or after JHS, you have a son. Take your son to the welding school to try and see how best he can fabricate warehouses. And the money that you have invested in this son, you understand the business. You put in the business and see how that son can evolve in 15 years' time. You understand me? But you realize that the amount of money we end up spending going to school, even through recruitment, becomes a problem because you come back from school and security companies are paying you 600 Ghana cedis, 700 Ghana cedis. I hope you are getting me. How much did you pay school fees? Do you know the time you used to
do you know this is a big discussion in the United States of America now, because by the time people complete a 3 or 4 year degree, they owe thousands of US dollars, which they will not be able to pay for maybe the next 12 years. And for those who go to do masters or PhDs, unless the PhD is funded or the master's is on a scholarship, they owe so much that they are not able to credit in 20 years.
That is it. So personally, if today I wouldn't have wasted my time with IPS, because to be very honest with you, sitting here, I don't think where I am now is Legon or IPS.
But that brings me to, we're going to go back to the rice business. That brings me to the fact that you feel strongly about also investing into education.
Yes.
You want to invest into education so people can actually learn a trade, not just the humanities.
No. Human beings are said that, if you look at our brains, it's a supercomputer. It's now that I'm having the feeling that AI would one day supersede human intellect, because AI can store millions of years of information and reproduce it to solve a problem. But the human intellect is limited in information storage. Apart from AI, I think the human ability is so huge. It's just that sometimes people waste it in hatred, in distraction, in certain things that doesn't maximize its capabilities.
And needless entertainment.
That is it. Other than that, why do I have to finish school, come and write an application for a job? You start something. But a typical Ghanaian feels like, okay, when I finish school and I have to sell togbe, my friends will laugh at me. You understand me? But selling togbe or selling whatever, that is where you start from. I hope you are getting me. And that is where will migrate you to your greater minds.
But I'm saying you are investing in education by way of helping set up a university.
Yes.
So, aren't you also helping to make the problem even worse? Because I think we need more polytechnics and fewer universities. For places where people can use their hands to do things, imagineer and create things, than just go and read and recite.
I think I'll tell you more about the university when we get there. But it's not just like Legon. It's not just like go and sit in the classroom and memorize something and write and become a grade A student. It's going to be something that's got to do with practicality. The practical aspect of it.
Okay.
So it's going to be like entrepreneurship. It's going to be like solution-based education. It's going to be like critical thinking. It's going to be like a problem-solving institution. That is what I'm doing.
So your curriculum is different.
No, it's not going to be like it's going to be something that once you come out of the institution that I'm establishing, you have to work.
You don't want to say the name here.
No, I don't want to say that.
Okay.
Yes.
You like the results to speak for themselves.
That is it.
Work in silence, and then when it's ready, everybody can see it.
Because we learn in the school soon.
I agree with you. I know it's true, but I've chosen to ask you about it. So now, I want to see, when you decided now, I want to invest in needs-based business. That is when you went into the rice selling, because you looked around and you saw that most of the people who were actually profiting from the rice business and the oil business and the sugar business were non-Ghanaian. What gave you the feeling and the hope that you would thrive in that sector?
Okay, so when I returned from London, I think I was having about £6,000, and I needed a quick revolving business. But I believe in turnover. I don't believe in volume, the amount of money you get, that is the magnitude of money. But I believe in turnover. So having thought of all these things, I saw the rice business as the only aspect that can help me grow. So I took a shop in Nima and I started the rice business from Nima. And when I started the rice business, I have a principle that whatever I'm doing, it should make an impact on humanity. That is the principle I have. Even if I'm not able to make profit on it, and somebody benefits from my actions, my acts, I feel fulfilled. So when I started the rice business, I was just putting 2 cedis, 1 cedi.
Small profit.
Yes.
But which one was selling faster, the bigger bags or the smaller bags?
50 kg, the bigger bags. Yes.
Well, in Nima. Watch it for also talk.
No, Nima is a hub that almost all the food vendors
come there.
They come there to buy commodities, food, rice, sugar, tin, tomatoes, oil. They come there to buy and go and sell.
So it's wholesalers.
Yes, wholesalers. And when I started from Nima, in fact, if there was no shop that was selling rice and sugar, I was the only person. So getting the market there wasn't easy. And I can tell you emphatically, what Nima is today started for me. Because when I started, people were going...
Which year was this?
I think about 22 years, 23 years back. I can't remember the exact time. People were going to Malata and going to Okanshin to buy rice.
So you're talking about the year 2002?
Yes, how to bring the market to Nima wasn't easy. So I have to go to trotro stations with a bell. You understand me? Yes. Bell. Branima Betro a more boyful. Yes, just to get attention. So having done that for 1 year or 1.5 years, then my shop became so crowded with customers. Get to a time that I don't even have the hands to take money. Get the time that banks come to
collect your money in the shop.
They come 1 week, they can't finish counting the money.
Wow.
Yes. 1 week they can't count.
Were you importing the rice yourself, or were you buying from people and putting just a little bit of it?
I import some and I buy some locally from CCTC, Olam, Stallion, and other ones. Yes.
So you're actually buying from your competitors?
Yes, because rice is said that you can't get all the brands. A customer will come, he needs a Vietnamese rice. A customer will come,
perfume
he needs a Turkey rice. Customer will come, he needs American rice. Customer will come, he needs Indian rice. And if you want to satisfy your customers, you need to get all the varieties.
So you actually got to know what the different varieties were?
I know all the people.
Which one is good for Mutu?
We've got one called broken rice.
Oh, okay.
Yes, broken rice.
You know your job.
Yes, broken rice. We've got that one. The sugar too, we have 45 in Kunsa, we have 150 in Kunsa, we have 100 in Kunsa.
Which one does the chocolate factory buy?
They buy the 150 in Kunsa because the 45 in Kunsa is the one that is so white, very purified. Yes, but the 150 in Kunsa is the brownish one and it looks bigger. You know, chocolate factory, they grind it, so they don't care whether it's big or. But when you look at
you like your work.
The cocoa sellers, they want something that will dissolve fast like the cocoa. Yes, so that is it.
Wow.
Yes.
This is business intelligence.
Yes, it's years of practice. Years of practice, yes.
So when the banks come to count the money, 1 week they send two people from the bank? Which bank will you go?
Sometimes they send 3 people from the bank or 4 people from the bank. I was dealing with Amal Bank.
Okay.
Yes. You can make references now, Bank of Africa or whatever. Bank of Africa. I was dealing with Amal Bank. And I dealt with Access Bank. Yes.
So when they come to count the money and they are not done, you have to lock up for them to
the next day they come.
And in an area like that, you would think that armed robbers would break into your place. They didn't steal from you because they knew you?
Not that, but I protect myself and I also make the environment a very good environment. It's like, I believe that once you're operating with people, you have to be with them, you have to associate with them, you have to make sure that you flow with them. You don't resist them, you don't fight them, but you see how best you can. You understand me? So most of them will come also, we flow.
So if somebody wanted to even come steal from you, somebody say, hey.
No. They are talking. One person will tell me, oh, these people were planning to do this. Yes. So basically, it was like that.
My understanding from my research is that you made quite a bit of money from the business of rice and sugar.
Yes, I made a lot of money from sugar, rice, tinned tomatoes, and oil. Yes, I used to be the biggest oil importer into the country.
Cooking oil?
Yeah, cooking oil.
Where were you importing?
Malaysia. Before Frito came and bought the Wilmar, they bought the Frito from Unilever and started, yes.
So every time Kelly was being fried in Ghana, the Seidu Agongo was in the mix.
Yes, Kelly, the rice sellers. When you come to my place and we're removing oil, weekends, we start.
But with all the wealth you gathered from there, you were still low radar. You didn't want anybody to know.
Why would you know me for what? It's work. I see it as work. So
with that work and with that money comes a certain gravitas and a certain influence. So if you would speak to people and they knew that you're the one who has founded these enterprises, they would listen. But you just kept your mouth shut and piled on the money.
Most people who are even listening to me now will tell you that when you come to Nima, you don't see the difference between me and my workers. We are all on the track. If it's oil, we all remove it. You understand me? I make you feel I'm part of the work, so as I can understand it better. You come, I'll be a cashier. You come, I'll be in the truck, removing the oil. I'll carry the oil for you to pack it. You come, I'll take the trailer, go to Olam, go to CCTC, go and load rice, 1,000 bags. Come and offload it. The guys get on board and offload. These were times that I could count millions, but I never give a to money. All I wanted done is work.
But it felt good to know you had the money.
I don't see money as anything, to be very honest.
But it felt good to know you had the money.
No,
so you know that you will not starve ever again.
Okay, the only aspect of money that you feel good to have is that, you know, whatever you want, you can buy it. But I'm not the type who buy whatever I want. My decision to buy depends on the need basis.
A gentleman who has known you for over 40 years, he says Seidu Agongo is not the type of guy who will go and stand somewhere and throw a party.
No.
He'd rather give the money to children to go to school.
No. Yeah, true. Yes, that was the essence of the party. Birthday party or party. What's the essence of the party? Birthday party. You know, birthday, you are celebrating your years left on earth. Is that right? You are celebrating your years left. You don't know that.
When we come back, we're going to talk about what drove this gentleman to go into the banking business. And then we're going to talk about what he feels about business enterprises in West Africa and the opportunities that Africa has to lead the world right after this.
Excellent furnishing in a real estate business is a great deal for survival. My struggles as a young estate developer were cut short when I discovered Fernart Ghana. With quality furniture made from the finest woods and amazing after-sale service, Fernart Ghana changed my story with every single home I built. It's a one-stop shop that serves the interests of clients with a variety of living room and dining sets, solid wood kitchen installations, wardrobes, doors, cabinets, beds, pergolas, floor parquets, and many other wooden product that will last a lifetime. With Fernat Ghana, all clients are offered the opportunity to customize furniture to their specifications, and the smile on their faces says it all. Thanks to Fernat, now your home can look beautiful with furniture that would last for generations. Visit Fernat Ghana today and share my story. Locate us at Yaniba Estate, Osu, Accra, or call 0303-966-085 or 055-278-4097. Think wood, think Fernat.
YKA.
Anna Ebi, but I'm check. We bonded as colleagues at the dining hall, the dormitories, classrooms. It just said, but the question is, and now hey, now spot you are here. Or like you are here. Floozy. Any boys in here? Where you stay? Maybe a school. We are buying a coin. Ibinimu to coin. Ibinimu co university. Ibinimu Babrabon 70. They had to retire to the villages. We are here to reunite you and ensure that we can help each other. But before that, St. Louis, Ola, Wegehi, Holy Co, Preset, na St. Peter's, and now Bishop Herman, and now St. Augustine. This is the platform for you. CTV Adaroma, the most program neighbor, Family and Friends Reunion. Join me, Dr. Kufi Anand, on Family and Friends Reunion as we share memories and experiences in life, only on CTV, Ghana's #1.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Order for meeting at the Evangelist Pemuka from 7th Day Universal Message Center Asafomo. Eye Kasafoni CTV Awoshe Mosoi. Eye Nyamibo Sunday way exactly 12:30 p.m. Ekose exactly 1 o'clock p.m. Yenemo ebeche eye enkwaje asamti framadamfo na frawunya frobi biara wonem no kaise Evangelist Pemuka aba yebeche enkwaje asam nyame nhira mo omamunye kese omamunyina mu fri adomu enko adomu ye wanyakopon nhira nyina amen.
The discerning audience, the knowledgeable, the stylish, and the classy get together to enjoy Master of the Game. Master of the Game brings you distinguished personalities, leaders, achievers, captains of industry, innovators, masterful storytellers, creatives, and entertainers, all hosted by a Master of the Game.
His Royal Blackness, KKD.
The finest.
Catch Master of the Game on CTV. Oh yes, nuggets of inspiration and delightful treats for your enjoyment. Whether you love power, money, beauty, or fame, there is so much to learn from Master of the Game. Only in the place to be. The coolest channel, CTV.
It's party time, I'm watching them there. Ola Bawo. As I introduce to you Safari Zoom Flex live on Ghana's #1. With Zoom Flex, you can join the fun wherever you find yourself. Via Zuma. Ella, don't shake the body. God, it's Friday. Of course, time is 10 p.m. Sharp on Ghana's #1 with the man them DJ Last Week Official. We say Ola Bawo.
Give me the move, give me the vibe, give me the move, give me the vibe, give me the move, give me
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Hello, hardworking traders of Ghana. I've got terrific news for you. If you have goods to sell in a store, shop, market, or online, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo Asari on 0245-929-220. That's 0245-929-220, and we will help you sell faster to more customers. Customer. See and hear the adverts on CTV, Ghana's #1, and buy at good prices. CTV and all our radio networks across Ghana is helping traders connect to customers here, there, and everywhere. To sell your goods to more customers, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo on 0245-929-220. That's 0245-929-220. Class Media Group. We help traders sell to more customers.
Evergreen memories. Wow. We kind those days in front of him. Abraya bafu for na parenting edi ono enkwada eba. Me jina wan kono na me buta me ho se. Na ebe but anche. Spirit we bonded as colleagues at the dining hall, the dormitories, classrooms. It's just said, me na kan ye bomo prekope. But the question is, and now we hey, na squad you are here. Olege wa here. Floozy. Any boys in here? Where you dey? We school no. We are by the point. Ebinimu tu kwan. Ebinimu ko university. Ebinimu po abrabom semunti. They had to retire to the villages. We are here to reunite you and ensure that you know atutu ye home komo na nka mboa popia we can help each other. But before that, I mean, so school be na wo call St. Louis, Ola, Wegehi, Holiko, Preset, na St. Peter, and now Bishop Herman, and St. Augustine. This is the platform for you. CTV Adaroma, the most program neighbor, family and friends reunion. Join me, Dr. Kufi Anna, on Family and Friends Reunion as we share memories and experiences in life, only on CTV, Ghana's #1.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Order for meeting at the Evangelist Pemuka from 7th Day Universal Mercy Center Asafomo. Eye Kasafoni CTV Awoshe Mosoi. Eye Nyamibo Sunday way exactly 12:30 p.m. Eposi exactly 1 o'clock p.m. Yenemo ebeche eye enkwaje asamti framadamfo na frawunya frobi biara wonem no kaise Evangelist Pemuka aba yebeche enkwaje asam nyame nhyira mu omamunye kese omamunyina mu firi adomu enko adomu ye wonya kopon hyira nyina amen.
The discerning audience, the knowledgeable, the stylish, and the classy get together to enjoy Master of the Game. Master of the Game brings you distinguished personalities, leaders, achievers, captains of industry, innovators, masterful storytellers, creatives, and entertainers, all hosted by a Master of the Game.
His Royal Blackness, KKD,
The finest.
Catch Master of the Game on CTV. Oh yes, nuggets of inspiration and delightful treats for your enjoyment. Whether you love power, money, beauty, or fame, there is so much to learn from Master of the Game. Only in the place to be. The coolest channel, CTV.
It's party time, it's party time. I'm watching them there. Ola Bawo. As I introduce to you, Safari Zoom Flex live on Ghana's #1. With Zoom Flex, you can join the fun wherever you find yourself. Dear Zuma, Ella, don't shake the body. But it's Friday. Of course, time is 10 p.m. sharp on Ghana's #1 with the man them DJ Last Week Official. We say Ola Bawo.
Give me the move, give me the vibe, give me the move, give me the vibe, give me the move, give me the
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Hello, hardworking traders of Ghana. I've got terrific news for you. If you have goods to sell in a store, shop, market, or online, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo Asari on 0245 929 220. That's 0245 929 220, and we will help you sell faster to more customers. Customer. See and hear the adverts on CTV, Ghana's #1, and buy at good prices. CTV and all our radio networks across Ghana is helping traders connect to customers here, there, and everywhere. To sell your goods to more customers, call Beautiful Betty or Handsome Kojo on 0245 929 220. That's 0245 929 220. Class Media Group. We help traders sell to more customers.
Evergreen memories. Wow. We kind those days in front of him. Abra ya bafu for na parenting edi omo enkwada eba. Speaking of one corner, me put something say, and a baby, but I'm check. We bonded as colleagues at the dining hall, the dormitories, classrooms. It's just said, me not can you boom precope. But the question is, and now we will be able to hey, now squad you are here. Or like were here. Floozy. Any boys in here? Where you stay? We in school, no? We are buying the coin. The minimum 2 coin. The minimum university. The minimum Babrabon 70. They had to retire to the villages. We are here to reunite you and ensure that we can help each other. But before that, we saw school Ben I will call St. Louis, Ola, Wegehi, Holy Co, Preset, St. Peter's, and now Bishop Herman, and St. Augustine. This is the platform for you. CTV Agaroma, the most program neighbor, family and friends reunion. Join me, Dr. Kufi Anna, on Family and Friends Reunion as we share memories and experiences in life, only on CTV, Ghana's #1.
CTV, Ghana's #1.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Order for meeting at the Evangelist Pemuka from 7th Day Universal Mercy Center Asafomo. Eye Kasafoni CTV Awoshe Mosoi. Eye Nyamibwa Sunday way exactly 12:30 p.m. Eposi exactly 1 o'clock p.m. Yenemo ebeche eye enkwaje asamti framadamfo na frawunia frobi biara wonemno kaise Evangelist Pemuka aba yebeche enkwaje asam. Nyame nhira mo omamunye kese omamunyina mu fri adomu enko adomu. Ye wonya kopon nhira nyina. Amen.
But it is proven that the money you use for closing these businesses down, you would need only a fraction of that money to keep those businesses still working, so the people will still have their jobs, their family will still be safeguarded, and people's lives will not be destroyed, but you still chose to close those businesses down. Aren't you causing harm to the nation Ghana?
That is why I said I believe those who took those decisions, their level of thinking was low, simply because they never thought of the consequences. They did it out of, trust me, anything you do it out of bitterness, hatred, it doesn't work. They didn't analyze the situation very well. They didn't take a second look at the decision they were taking. They were just collapsing because somebody sitting somewhere decided to collapse.
Is this a matter as a businessman that can now be dealt with as causing financial loss to the state?
I sincerely think the current government has to take drastic actions against the whole hierarchy that took said decision so that it will never happen again. Because if we don't do that, one, we scare away investors. Because banking sector is the backbone of the economy. You're looking for foreign investment, it can only happen in banking sector. So if you don't take such drastic decisions against the governor, against the finance minister, against everybody, anybody that is part of it, should be sanctioned so well that it will deter them from taking such action in future. I don't think it will go well because America something happened and they never collapsed bank. Even Nigeria, it happened. No bank was collapsed. How can you collapse bank? An institution that has a regulator, a most seasoned regulator. Because if you take banking industry, the experience of Ghana with banking dates back from Kwame Nkrumah times. Are you saying that with all those experiences, we've killed it and decided to collapse the banks? So I think the drastic measures have to be taken so that to serve as a lesson. Other than that, is going to keep on recycling.
When one administration leaves and a new administration takes over,
yes,
all the harm that has been caused by the previous administration becomes even more evident.
Yes.
Because whatever they could do to cover they no longer have that power to do so any longer. How long should it take the new administration then to act decisively?
I sincerely think that it should be as soon as possible. Within 6 months, we should be able to uncover all the roads and take the necessary actions, because the fact is that if you come to Ghana and look at the way people are suffering, there are people, there are women giving birth on the floor, there are people that cannot get 1 square meter a day, there are people struggling to pay school fees, there are workers that cannot even earn a living. You've been selected or you've been appointed as a minister not based on the fact that you worked and built it. You were just appointed because you are a favorite of somebody. And being a favorite of somebody, you need to take care and make sure that you build the system well so that it will translate into people's lives. You understand me? You decided to take advantage of certain people because of you and your kids, your family, to the detriment of the whole Ghanaians. I sincerely think it shouldn't take more than 6 months for such actions to be taken, regardless whoever it is. But sometimes it's unfortunate. Cover my back, I cover your back. That is why some of us cannot enter into politics, because I can't sit here and imagine somebody who has taken millions of Ghanaians for granted. Because people are somewhere looking for water to even drink, they can't. Our mothers are every day struggling at Alugurushi. Transport from Kumasi to Accra, the roads are not good. People have to, a whole lot is happening.
And recently I saw one where somebody who was appointed into government intentionally registered as a company with a similar name as the Ghanaian agency and moves millions from government funds into his personal account, where he signs with his wife, and we're still walking around.
That is it. That
in
is
China, you would have been killed already.
That is why I said,
because they don't tolerate this foolery.
That is why I said, you are talking of democracy. I don't want to say I don't support democracy for Ghanaians to come and be on me. But the structure of democracy is not working well in Africa because our systems are not right. Because how can you do this? You can't do this in America. You can't do this in China. You can't even do this in Russia. When Vladimir Putin is a sitting president, you can't do it. You dare not. But in Ghana here, you will see how long it will take the court system, our judicial system. They are going to make it NDC, MPP, NDC, MPP before you see the case become a foolish case. And the entire Ghanaian service. Personally sitting here, I always tell myself, if I have done something against the state which has caused majority of Ghanaians, let me face the consequences. When I was going to court, that's what I was telling myself. But if I have not done anything, the good Lord will exonerate me. Yes, knowing myself, knowing my background, and knowing where I come from. Because at the end of the day, where are we going with all this money? You don't go into the grave with the money. You still need to have a kid, like I said. It's not a guarantee. Go to Laboni. All those buildings that they are pulling down, their fathers were once big men in society. Now where are they? Other people are now coming there to buy those properties. So I don't get it. So I think the earlier we take actions to reverse some of these circumstances, the better it is. I'm not saying that you can't do business and make money. You can do business and make money. But like the white culture, do better business for the institution that you're working for, grows. So they also make money. Like as it is now, I intend to do business with Cocoa Board. But my priority is how I can do genuine businesses for Cocoa Board to grow so that I can continue making money. Not to collapse Cocoa Board. I intend to do business with energy. The intention is how I can support Jinapo to grow energy sector, to give life to everybody, so that I can also make money, but not to collapse the whole cocoa sector and make money and call myself a rich person. What sort of richness is this?
On that note, I have to hold you right here because my director selects a random video and we play the video and we take your comments on it. Let's go see it.
In the last 2 years, you've been blamed for financial collapse of Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Russia.
Yeah, all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Are you that powerful?
No, I think there's a great misunderstanding.
The Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Yes.
said that the region spent 40 years trying to build up its economy, and along comes a moron like Soros with a lot of money, and it's all over. He called you a criminal.
It's easier for him to blame an outside force. I think that I've been blamed for everything. I am basically there to make money. I cannot and do not look at the social consequences of what I do.
Do you believe in God?
No.
So your reaction to that video you saw right now?
Yes. So in life, everything has always been a win-win situation for you. That is what I believe, and that is what my thinking, my upbringing tells me. You cannot want to have everything and everybody should suffer. We have to learn to coexist. Even in the animal kingdom, plant kingdom, they all coexist. They support each other's livelihood. Nobody destroys and takes everything. So personally for me, that is how life should be. Because at the end of the day, whatever you are having, you cannot carry it to the next generation. To get to a time that somebody will take over. So you have to be ready to prepare yourself to also help uplift the next generation. And that is my belief.
And that belief also goes into your faith.
Yes, of course. Like I said, I'm a Muslim, 100%. But my concept of Islam doesn't mean that I should erase all other religions, especially our African traditional religion. I seem to have a feeling that it's something that is where we belong. But of course, I'm a Muslim. So you try to also understand a bit of that and see how best you can inculcate that into your belief to make you a better person. But I always think that let's not be narrow-minded and believe that that of somebody is not good. Because whether we like it or not, nobody has died, come back to say Christianity is the best, Islam is the best, African religion is the best. You understand me? But we happen to find that on earth here, because if you KKD were born in Malaysia or maybe India, you would have been a different person altogether. Likewise myself. That doesn't mean that I don't like Islam. I always say even Islam is a way of life. I like it. But I'm just trying to say is that let's try to coexist. Let's try to ensure that whatever we are doing, its impactfulness is felt on each other. Because that's the only way that our existence can be meaningful.
To close the interview, a few young men sent me texts when they saw that we had advertised that we were going to be talking to you. And the key questions that kept coming up is, if you were to advise a young person who was chosen not to be just an employee, but also work towards becoming an entrepreneur, what would he tell us?
My advice for the young generation is that they are not consistent. They easily give up. If you look at our ladies, especially our ladies today, they try to create a future for themselves instead of working with their brains to evolve to become the best, because your body cannot make you become the best. Showing your body to men, it cannot make you become the best. Scamming people cannot make you become the best. What you have to do is develop your brains, be consistent, because the fact is that it's only out of consistency that you achieve. But you realize that most workers are said that immediately there's hardship, immediately you're trying to hold them to accountable, immediately you're even trying to teach them, immediately they feel this job is difficult. But the same people who go in and quote the Quran, quote the Bible, but Jesus Christ, it was difficult. The task for Jesus Christ was very difficult, but he persisted. And remember Jesus Christ for who he was. So I would think the young guys we have these days, they shouldn't try and imagine a world and work towards it. They should rather come under people like you, for you to train them, mentor them, teach them. They should humble themselves. But I realize that even this media that we're doing, instead of being consistent, people would just like to feel like, let me jump into this radio station. He's doing well.
You know, I told one young man
Yes.
who came to me looking for a job recently that when I look at your CV and you've already been with 5 different media houses, I can tell that none of them really values you.
Yes, exactly.
Because if you're that valuable, 5 media houses already in a short career of 12 years.
That is it.
It's just not good enough.
Yes.
We can suffer on the people.
That is it. Be competitive, be creative. Personally, to be very honest with you, if I was starting life now, I would have been in the media industry. Because it gives you the freedom to become whoever you want to become when you invest your energy, your talent and your energy. You understand? Because you have the mic. You have to reason and talk. You have to research. You have to come out. You know, what can make you who you are is something that allows you to become the best of yourself. So it means that the energy you invest, the mindset you invest, the education you invest, every aspect of your life that you invest, that evolves to become the best.
So be consistent, have passion, and put in the hard work.
That is it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Founder and Chairman Seidu Agongo.
All the best of luck.
You're a good man, and I wish you all the best in your life.
Thank you.
And all the kids that you're helping go through school, I say thank you on behalf of all of them. God bless you. God bless you. They say it is lonely at the top. Don't listen to that nonsense. If you're kind and respectful and grateful, you will always be in good company. See you on the top. The bottom is too crowded. See you in the next episode.